Hi, Aries. I'm Pam. Welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for July 2014. First, I want to start off by saying, Aries, I got two microphones. Neither worked. That's what I get for purchasing them during Mercury in retrograde. So, unfortunately, I am recording them in the same manner in which I did last month. So I'm going to speak up and get closer to the computer, so hopefully I'll be louder for this reading. So I want to start off your reading today, Aries, by I shuffled the cards and cut the deck into three piles. And I'm going to look at the cuts of the deck before I lay out the 10 cards in your Celtic Cross spread for the month of July 2014. And the first card you have on your cut is the King of Rods. This could very well be you. This card would be connected to a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. He's somebody that's got a lot on his mind. He's thinking a lot about the past. He's thinking a lot about the future. He's a sensitive, caring person. I feel sometimes he might struggle with his emotions and how to express them. The next card in your cut is Eight of Cups. This is walking away from things that aren't working for you anymore, especially in an emotional sense. You may have some concerns or uncertainty about the future and the journey of going down the path that you're going to be journeying on, but nonetheless, it would symbolize you're going to walk away from things that weren't working for you anymore. And the third card you have in your cut is Six of Swords. And Six of Swords to me either symbolizes you're going to be moving home location or moving to a new job. So those are the cuts in your reading. Now I'm going to lay out the cards in the Celtic Cross of 10 cards for the month of July. Let's see what comes up for you, Aries. The first card you have in your reading is the Emperor. And the Emperor to me is a card that would symbolize a spirit guide that's watching over you in the spirit world that could very well be a deceased relative. This could be a grandfather that's passed away, an uncle, a father figure. This could be an ancestor from a long time ago, or it is just a prominent guide for you, watching over you and what you're doing here in the physical plane. So let me hear what comes up for you, Aries. I feel that you're going to be closing the door on a job. I feel that there's been possibly some backbiting or backstabbing that's going on at your employment. And I get that you're going to be closing the door on that job. I will say, I honestly, I have to be honest, Aries. I'm not sure that you're going to be happy with the way things are ending there. I feel like it's a little bit of a conflict for you and how that ending occurs. And if you're a self-employed Aries, I get that you're going to be stopping some cycle of in relation to your work that's not working for you anymore. Those of you self-employed Aries are going to be stopping some cycle of work that hasn't been working for you anymore. And the Emperor wants to advise to keep your cards close to your vest in all your dealings, business dealings, whether it's the job that you work, where you work, or your own self-employed business. If you have if you have people that work for you, do not say too much at this time. It's best if you can keep your cards close to your vest and not reveal too much. Try not to say too much at this time. I find sometimes that's good advice for all of us. I can relate to that advice. Okay, the next card you have, Aries, in your reading is the Fool. This crosses over you. The Emperor was what's right on top of you right now in the center of your reading. Now you have the Fool. crossing over it, which would either support or conflict the messages that were given by the Emperor. The Fool, to me, that's the beginning of the journey. It's zero. It's the zero card in the tarot. It's the number zero. You're starting out on a new path or a new journey, but you have to be careful not to be too naive or go into it too wide-eyed, looking at things with rose-colored glasses and not paying attention to things that could come up that would be negative or dangerous or unsavory. You have to be alert. Be alert. It's like a card of, like, it's great. You're starting out on this new journey and this new path, but be forewarned. Be guarded. Be careful. Don't be too crazy. I do hear that any secrets or things that have been kept from you or gone on behind your back are going to get revealed to you and actually fall in your lap, which is an excellent place to be in, because that sets you free from so many things. Knowing things that have been kept from you really sets you free. So I'm glad to hear that for you. I know it may sound like a negative thing, but actually I view it as extremely positive. Stay guarded. They just really want you to stay guarded. It's a big warning message here for you. You may find out, Aries, that maybe there's been some secret foes that you've had behind your back that really have kind of undermined you, or maybe not really been for you. And this is going to come to light. You're going to find out about this. Oh, Aries, Aries, Aries. I don't like this card for you. You have the Devil card here. The Devil symbolizes to me this could be an addiction to a relationship, sex, gambling, drinking, drugs, and it crowns your reading. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to apply to you, Aries. It is in your reading, so this could be you or somebody you care about or that you're connected to strongly. I hear in the past maybe you've made some mistakes about money matters, and some of these mistakes have rose to the surface. They've come up, and that I feel like you've either already dealt with them or you are dealing with them, which is good because then you can put them aside. That's what they're saying. Like you'll be able to put these aside. Some of you may find yourself going through a period of rest and recuperation from either mental stresses and pressures, or if some of you Aries out there have suffered an illness, that you're going to be, there's a time of recuperation coming up here, which may sound funny. It's coming up with the Devil card, but I always ask my guides to speak to me through the cards. So this is the messages I'm hearing. And hopefully this is going to make sense to some of you Aries out there, because this is a general reading, so it won't apply to all of you. The only way to get really true specifics for you is to have a private reading. Otherwise, this is going to apply to some Aries. Some of these messages won't make sense to other Aries out there watching. The next card you have in the reading comes up in a past position, but it could just be what's coming up, even though it's showing up in the past, is Three of Cups. And Three of Cups to me is a celebration. This is, parties, events you might be attending, or and they're in a celebratory fashion. I feel that some of you Aries are going to meet somebody new at a social gathering. My sense is that this is romantic, but if it's not romantic, there's some sort of partnership or partnership arrangement or agreement comes out of this new person that you're going to meet. You may enter a time of great indecision over financial matters and romantic matters. It's best, the guides say, to adopt the wait and see attitude. Don't jump too quickly to make any decisions pro or con, for anything regarding those issues, financial, money-making matters, or romance. Give it some time to reveal what they're really worth and all about. Because what decisions you make with that are really going to affect you greatly within the next year. So the next card you have that comes up here is the Sun. Ta-da! This is a good card, Aries. Woohoo! I'm happy for you. I like to see people get good cards. This card to me symbolizes the exuberance of joy in your life, almost like returning to your childhood innocence and fun, happy times. This can also be abundance of joy in the material world as well. You are going to enter a new phase. Some of you are going to enter a new phase of spiritual growth and development. This card comes through in the position of the energies that you're traveling through right now. I feel that for some of you that feel that you've made some mistakes, this is like a time of rectifying it. Like you're going to go where you want to make amends or rectify this. And some of you may turn to spirituality to find the answers to what you've been seeking. I feel some of you may not be sure how that's going to work out and play out in your life, but you're going to give it a try. You're going to give that a go to see if some things can improve and turn around for you. And I do feel that this summer months that we're in right now, that you are going to make some amends and rectify some things that maybe you didn't like, either decisions you have made or some things that other people could have sent your way that you didn't like. I feel that some amends are made here, and things really do start to improve. I'm feeling like if any of you Aries out there have been feeling kind of lost, or not really feeling quite sure who you are, like you've kind of lost your way or you're confused about that part of yourself, I feel that you're going to start to heal and understand yourself better. That wouldn't apply to all Aries, but I feel that some of you Aries have really gone through some difficult times and are changing internally, some changes. And actually through this, you make some headway and make it towards a new romantic partner. So for you single Aries out there, I feel that you are going to be meeting somebody extremely significant for you. And this is going to bring you, I feel that some of you, as it was said earlier, may decide to wait, uh, like to take this slow. Like I feel that you meet, but I don't know that it's going to take off like a rocket. I kind of feel like you're going to be the hesitant one here and want things to go forward in a slower pace. Like you're going to be really observing how this is moving. You have Three of Wands. This could represent trade, commerce, and cooperation in business. It could also be a new business enterprise. I do hear that you are very fortunate to have the people around you working for you or with you or caring for you at this time. You're going to have a lot of appreciation for these people. You're going to appreciate your family, and people that have just supported you. If your family hasn't been the source of support, I get that whoever is supporting you, whether it's coworkers, employees, or family, and I don't mean necessarily in a financial sense. I mean supportive to you and your vision and who you are. And they're telling me Three of Rods enters at a time when you need it the most. For some of you Aries, I get you're going to be doing an about face, that there's going to be an abrupt change. Like you're like going down this way and your life changes and now you're going down this completely other path. It's like, and it happens rather suddenly. For some of you, Aries, July might be a little bit of a confusing time because I pick up that some of you will be a little confused about money making, like money matters. Like money matters are a little confusing in the month of July. I feel some of you might feel a little unstable about your money in the month of July, especially towards the latter part of the month, like from the 20s on, like in 20th on in July. I feel like you might be a little unstable about that. But I do get in your next card, which comes up in a future position, is the Chariot. And the Chariot to me is having to make a choice. Some people see Chariot as victory. I see it as having to make a decision or a choice about something. You may have some people come at you, Aries, I have to warn you, where you might feel like you're pushed or backed into a corner, where you might have some people coming at you that seem negative or like they're foes of some sort. And but don't let that, try not to let that affect you. Try not to let yourself feel backed into a corner if you can help it. Don't let, if you can help it, don't let people think they have power over you, because that's kind of what seems like some of them want to have. And everything seems like, it's like you're entering like new phase, new beginnings. Like you definitely have a lot to look forward to. I just feel like this month, like when I focus on the month of July, it keeps coming up as a bit confusing. There's some tumultuous things about July for you, Aries. I don't like to say that, but that is how it comes up. The next card you have in your reading is Four of Cups. And Four of Cups to me symbolizes over analyzing things. This can be over analyzing. There can be a little bit of regret, rumination over the past or past events. And you're being shown signs. Your guides and your angels are showing you signs, but you may not be paying attention to them because you are distracted by some of your own thoughts. It's like you're overthinking things, overanalyzing. And fear can sometimes take a grip on you. So if you feel like things are coming at you too fast and there's too much uncertainty that you don't like, uh, fear can be really gripping. And you really want to stay away from that energy and emotion the most that you can. That's the time to take care of yourself the most. Do things where you're being good to yourself. Treat yourself to things, even if they're not, I mean, if you're having some financial difficulties or uncertainty, taking a bath or taking long walks in nature and spending time outdoors, or taking bike rides, like even things that aren't costly. Just do things that are for you to keep you centered, grounded, give you peace, uh, keep connected to your spiritual source. If you like to meditate or listen to music, even just sitting out on it outside with your feet up, listening to music and just communing with nature, listening to birds in the trees. I mean, you can be good to yourself in so many ways that aren't costly. Um, that it's really good to do that during these times when fear comes up, and if you get into the spin of over analyzing things, you want to stay away from that. The next card you have in your reading, Aries, you have the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man to me is, this is kind of like being in limbo. This is having to pull from your own psychic intuition, and like you're suspended. You're in a waiting position. That's not really like action. It's action from a psychic and intuitive sense. It's not really action in a I'm pushing forward and making things happen sense. I don't feel that you're in the position of that right there with that card. Your intuitive powers are very strong right now, Aries. So really pay attention to all that guidance that's available to you. I definitely feel that next month you're going to be out of the woods, and anything that hasn't been clear to you will start to become much more clear of what's going on, what direction you're going to take, how you're going to handle any adversities that have come up, or uncertainty about your financial picture or money matters at that point. Even also in regard to the new person that shows up in your life, that's for you single Aries, that could be a romantic partner for you. I feel like the month of August things become a lot more clear. I don't really feel like July is the month for clarity. Not yet. It's definitely time to develop your spiritual side when this card shows up. The final card that you have, Aries, is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords to me is being stuck kind of in an emotional prison. There's things going on that you don't really know what to do because you're kind of stuck. Like you're not sure whether to go forward, to go backwards. There's, even though I got earlier that some things get revealed to you and kind of drop in your lap that you didn't know before, I still feel there's some things that you don't really know about. There's some things that you don't have clarity on yet. You've gotten clear on some things, possibly connected to do with your work area of your life, your work sector of your life, whether especially if you work for a company or a business or you're working for somebody else. I really feel like there's some things that become clear to you there. Also, if you're self-employed, you will have the knowledge, you'll become more clear about which directions to go in, which clients to pursue, or what products that you want to focus on to sell, or what you want to create if you're self-employed. But this card is showing that in some areas of your life you don't know the whole story, and it's making you feel kind of stuck. Some of you may actually feel like you're going through some emotional traumas, like divorce or things like that also come up. And I get, like, for some of you, you're going to feel like you can't put all the pieces together yet. Like you don't have all the pieces of this puzzle yet. This, again, I go back to this card where it says about fear. I feel like this is like these two things are kind of going together, because I feel like uh, you've got some fear going on here a little bit about some things. I don't like to see that for you, Aries, really. I'm going to draw one more card because I don't like the Eight of Swords to be your outcome card, because it is, oh, look what just fell out of the deck. Four of Swords. That means rest and recuperation from an illness, or taking a break in a meditative state, which I definitely feel like you going outside and riding your bike, or taking long walks, or even going to the gym if you don't really like the outdoors, and you rather be inside, like just doing things that you enjoy doing, and finding some peace and quiet and tranquility in whatever way you can, sitting in a hammock, or sitting under some trees out in your backyard, or sitting on your front porch and, having your favorite beverage and just watching the, you know, kids go by on their bikes, or birds chirping in the trees. I mean, really try to find some peace during this time. But I want to find a card for you, Aries, to conclude on a much more positive note, because Eight of Swords is not a good ending of this reading to me. And I want you to be happy and feel good about what's coming up. July just seems to be a confusing month. A lot of some confusion going on. Not, I do get some clarity, some knowledge of some things, but I feel there's a lot of uncertainty in July. August is definitely more clear. Oh, I like this card. I like it ending on this card. Nine is endings. Nine of Pentacles here. And Nine of Pentacles to me, nine being completion and endings in a positive way. This is having a peaceful, tranquil life, stable income, um, much more sure footing of what's going on in your life and being at peace and enjoying the finer things in life. They're saying there's great strength that comes from within. And I hear that I feel like you're kind of going through a troubling cycle, or a kind of like a difficult cycle in some ways. Not for all Aries. This is a general reading, so only some of you Aries are going to be able to relate to what I'm saying. I feel like you're in a cycle now that pretty much is starting in this month. I don't know that it started back too much in the past, maybe June, maybe towards the end, but I get that between now and October, you're in some kind of cycle that's not as comfortable or pleasant for you as you would like, but I get that that's when a new cycle really starts for you, is the month of October. And it's like you can see your way out of the trees at that point. I feel like you're in a much more financially abundant time, and love matters have improved at that time, and your love life is greatly on the upswing. So actually, the person that I feel that you're going to meet, remember earlier how I said it kind of goes slow, you're a little more guarded, like you don't jump to it, you're interested, but it doesn't take off like a rocket. I feel by the time October comes around, you guys are really comfortable in a good relationship. It's moving forward. Any kinks have been worked out in the relationship, or, questions you may have had, or uncertainty or guardedness or fear where you didn't want to go forward all the way with it, I have cleared out of its way. And you have a lot of very strong spiritual guidance and wisdom that is really following you very closely right now. I know this may sound crazy. I'm going to say it anyway. I do see a spiritual guide for you that is definitely very high level and full of wisdom. So don't ever feel like you're alone, Aries. You've got some really strong spiritual guidance for you right now. And I do want to say thank you so much to all the kind Aries out there that have left kind comments and written me nice emails about my maiden voyage into the YouTube world. I appreciate that so much. It's been a real pleasure. And I want to say and I also want to thank the Aries that I've spoken to in appointments since June, when I put my videos on YouTube. And if you're an Aries that has not had a private reading with me and you are interested in doing so, please click on my link below and go to my order page, and I will get you scheduled for a reading. I am hoping in this week coming up to get online scheduling so it can bypass any delays or confusions on both sides, mine and yours. And I just want to say, Aries, I truly wish you many blessings and peace.